I know it's coronavirus, but it's allergy season too. What's up, y'all? It's Bernice Lynn Allen here, and I would like to thank you guys for tuning into my channel today. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. And if you are new, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you would like to see more videos like this.
Damn.
Today, I'm going to be making a knife throwing target so that I can finally play with the knives that I got from Amazon a couple of weeks ago, and so that I can finally start developing my skills in knife throwing. I'm going to be making a vertical grain target modeled after Rated Red's target. I'll link his video down below, and I'm going to be following that plan that he did, but with a few adjustments. Namely, I'm gonna have 5 panels instead of 8, and then I'm gonna have 6 feet tall panels instead of 7 feet tall panels. Minor differences, doesn't really matter. And some of you more seasoned knife throwers and target builders might be like, well, Bernice Lynn, why didn't you just build an end grain target? Because we all know that those are better for longevity, durability, and they stick knives much better. Well, you know, I don't feel like making an end grain target today. It requires a lot more tools, and it requires a little bit more time and money. So I chose to create a super beginner friendly target, and I intend to eventually make an end grain target, because I do think they're kind of cool. If you don't know what an end grain target is, I'll link a video down below, and I'll put a picture right here for you guys to see. But I guess I'm just gonna get started. I'm gonna go ahead and head over to Home Depot, have them cut my wood, and then I'll come back and construct it all and show you guys the process, and then throw my first knife.
Okay, so one of the things that I love about Home Depot is that they will cut wood for you for free. So I took advantage of that and picked out what I needed and went ahead and had them cut it for me. So I ended up getting 3 2x8s at 12 feet, 1 2x4 at 12 feet, and 1 2x4 at 16 feet. The 2x4s were meant to build the Z brace that you'll see later on, and to build the legs for the target. I ended up getting some 3-inch nails, and I ended up getting actually some smaller screws, which was one of the mistakes that I made. But if you're going to make this target, make sure you get some 3-inch screws so that you won't be like me and having to go back to the store later in the week. When I got home, I got started pretty much right away, laid out all of my pieces, and went to work on hammering. This was my first time building something like this without any instructions or any type of measurements, so I did a lot of measuring myself, and I did a lot of trial and error. I found it easier to start by hammering the outside panels first. That way it could be sure to hold the rest of them in while I was hammering the rest. I ran into some technical difficulties. Sometimes the nails like to bend when I was hammering them in, which was pretty annoying, and you'll see me get very frustrated throughout the video.
Okay, that was the easy part. The hardest part is going to be completing the Z part of the brace, because Home Depot could not cut at an angle, and I need the piece that's going to go in the middle of these to be cut at an angle in order to fit. I have a saw. So we're going to see how that works out. Wish me luck.
So as you can see here, I just laid the piece down, and I used a ruler and a Sharpie to mark where I would need to cut the piece. So actually, this was my first time using a saw, and this was all we had available. My mom said that she got it at, like, I don't know, an estate sale or something, and it was a pretty dull saw, so I wouldn't suggest using a dull saw. If you can, get a sharper saw, or just use a miter saw, which would be way easier if you have access to one. very happy that it ended up fitting and went to town hammering it into the baseboard.
Okay, looks pretty darn good. I already know this thing is heavy as frick, so I'm gonna stand it up against my car in order to put the actual legs of this thing on. It'll require I know it's coronavirus, but it's allergy season too. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna sit this thing up. Hopefully my car will be a good place to prop it up in order for me to screw the bottom in. If it's not, then I guess I'm gonna try to use the wall. So, here we go.
I was pleasantly surprised when I found out that the thing would stand up by itself, so I ended up just doing that. And this is when I realized my mistake, that I had bought screws that were too short. And that made this project so much harder than it had to be.
Hey guys, sorry about that. This is what I ended up doing. I just ended up using the nails, partly because I don't want to go back out into the dirty world to Home Depot again today and get some longer screws. So I kind of janked this one up, but I'm just gonna put the nails in the sides of the baseboard. This is what it's looking like right now. Looking pretty good. So I'm just going to prop this up and do the other side. And then I'm gonna sit it up and do this part. I don't know what it's called, but you'll see.
So here I'm just trying to make sure that I get the screws in the same place on the other side. As you can see, I was having some technical difficulties. I don't know what I was doing wrong. If anybody could tell me what I was doing wrong, please let me know in the comment section below. It seemed so much harder to hammer this way than the first few nails that I put in. Maybe it's because the grain of the wood was going a different way. I'm sure that maybe that's it. But the nails just kept bending, and I got super frustrated. So what I ended up doing was just winging it as best as I could. I tried to secure it with the screws and then put nails in it. Honestly, there wasn't much that I was gonna get done without the right side screw, to be honest. I just did the best that I could. 45 very janky craftswoman minutes later, I finally had finished my project. And then I went on to paint it. You can paint it however you want. I just used spray paint that we had in the house already. First I tried to do some actual targets, but then I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna focus on actually getting my knives stuck in this board and then try to focus on accuracy later. I definitely learned to make sure you know what materials you need before you leave the store. And I also learned that wood is very heavy. This thing is at least 75 pounds, no lie. Like, it took 2 people to move this, and eventually the legs came off, so I actually just propped it up against the back of my house. But yeah, here's my target. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for tuning in with me today. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram at journeytofierce.v, and go ahead and share this video with some other aspiring femme fatales. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel so that you can be sure to get premium content like this video on a regular basis. Y'all have a good one. See you on the next one.
Damn.
I'm glad that I did not scare you off in whatever first video that you saw me in. I feel stronger just from that.